I'm a park ranger, and let me tell you, some of the unpaved roads in these forests can lead you to some strange and downright terrifying things. There's this one road in particular that always gives me the creeps. Every time I go down it, I come across a crashed vehicle, but here's the thing. It's never in the same place twice. Let me share a bit more about this unsettling phenomenon that unfolded one winter night. It was a moonlit night, and I just finished my rounds. I decided to take a different route back to the station, hoping for a change of scenery. As I turned onto the unpaved road, an eerie silence fell upon the forest. The crunching of gravel beneath my tires was the only sound that pierced the stillness. My heart pounded with a mix of excitement and trepidation. As I ventured deeper into the woods, I spotted it, a mangled car wreck, its twisted metal a grim testament to a tragic accident. I pulled over and approached the vehicle cautiously. The moon's glow revealed a shattered windshield, bloodstains, and an air of abandonment. I returned to the station to report the crash. However, when the search party arrived, the car had vanished into thin air. They looked at me like I was crazy, but I knew what I had seen. This was just the beginning of the nightmare. The following week, I mustered up the courage to revisit that road. This time the car appeared further down the path as if mocking my previous encounter. Its headlights were shattered and the interior was in disarray. The scene was chillingly familiar yet unnervingly different. Once again I alerted my colleagues, but when we returned, the car had vanished once more. Their skeptical glances made me doubt my own sanity. I felt like an unwitting pawn in a haunting game, destined to witness the impossible. Determined to unravel the mystery, I returned to the road, my mind consumed by questions. The forest was no longer a familiar sanctuary, but a puzzle, its pieces scattered in the undergrowth. Every whisper of the leaves, every critter's rustle felt like a clue, but for what I was still unsure. My path was illuminated by the beam of my flashlight, casting long and eerie shadows that danced on the ground. As I moved deeper into the forest, an unnerving chill swept across the air. The darkness seemed to grow denser, swallowing the comforting glow of my flashlight, leaving me with a feeling of dread. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, I spotted something strange. The inky darkness was disrupted by a soft, luminescent glow, like a faraway star brought closer. I turned to face it, my heart pounding in my chest. Hovering above the underbrush, I saw them, floating orbs of a menacing radiance. They weren't like the soothing fireflies that typically filled the forest with their gentle light. These orbs pulsed with a cold, alien brilliance, instilling terror in anyone who saw them. Suspended in midair, they moved with an intelligence, shifting directions and altering their altitude with chilling precision. A shiver ran down my spine as I took in this haunting spectacle. Here was the tangible proof that the forest held more mysteries than I could have ever imagined. Here were the floating orbs of terror, and they were more terrifying than any tale I had ever heard. As I stared at the orbs in horrified fascination, I noticed their movement was not random but pointedly directed. In a pulse-quickening realization, I recognized a pattern. They were leading me somewhere. I cautiously began to follow, my heart pounding in my chest. Their path led me to a familiar sight, the wrecked car that kept mysteriously appearing and disappearing throughout the forest. It was a specter on wheels, a phantom automobile that somehow found itself in different locations every day. The orbs circled around it as if the wreckage was a nexus of some unspeakable force. Then, as suddenly as they appeared, the orbs darted away into the underbrush, their light dimming as they traversed through the forest. I pursued, curiosity overtaking my fear. We arrived at the edge of a yawning chasm, a void in the earth that had not been there the day before. The orbs floated motionlessly above the chasm, their chilling light reflected in the deep abyss below. Suddenly, a terrible understanding dawned upon me. The car, the chasm, the orbs. They were inexplicably intertwined, bound together by a supernatural force that turned my blood cold. The orbs were not merely specters of terror, but the harbingers of a more profound enigma that lurked within the forest depths. This was no ordinary forest, and these were no ordinary events. It was clear that something far beyond my comprehension was at play. and the floating orbs of terror were just the beginning. Unsettled yet determined, I approached the edge of the chasm, the orbs shimmering ominously above it. The darkness within the abyss was profound, swallowing the light from the orbs in a way that defied logic. The inky depths seemed to hold secrets more profound than I could comprehend. As I peered into the void, a cold wind whipped up from the chasm, carrying with it a low hum, the chilling echoes of the abyss. I turned back to the wrecked car, its twisted metal body gleaming under the ghostly luminescence of the orbs. An icy sense of dread filled me as I recalled the inexplicable phenomena surrounding it. How could it move to different locations? What supernatural force was at work here? Suddenly, an idea struck me. Could there be a connection between the floating orbs and the car's strange movements? The orbs had led me to the car and then to the chasm after all. Was there a chance the car was a conduit of some sort? A physical entity bound by the same chilling, otherworldly energy that powered the orbs? I realized that I had to investigate the car further. Overcoming my fear, I reached out to touch the cold metal of the car. As my fingers made contact, I felt a sudden surge of energy, a resonating vibration that matched the hum from the chasm. It felt as if the car was alive, pulsating with an energy that was alien and terrifying. The orbs above the chasm flickered, their light intensifying in sync with the car's pulsating rhythm. Suddenly, one orb descended, floating over the car, and then disappeared, absorbed into the car's metallic body. A shockwave rippled through the air, and the car started to shimmer and distort, its form blurring as if shifting in space. The next moment it was gone, vanished into thin air, leaving me standing at the edge of the chasm, my mind struggling to comprehend the event I had just witnessed. The orbs, the car, and the chasm were more than mere forest mysteries. They were part of an incomprehensible supernatural tapestry that had woven itself into the heart of the forest. I knew then that the forest was alive with terrors unknown, and it was my task as its ranger to delve into these mysteries and confront whatever lay ahead. Still reeling from the car's disappearance, I turned back towards the chasm. The remaining orbs hovered there, seemingly pulsating with an even stronger glow. One by one, they started to descend into the abyss. As each orb disappeared into the chasm, the hum from the depths intensified, resonating with an energy that I could feel vibrating through the ground beneath my feet. Fear and curiosity warred within me. The forest, once my refuge, had morphed into a gateway of otherworldly mysteries. The wrecked car, the orbs, and now this chasm. They were pieces of a larger puzzle that was yet to reveal itself. Suddenly, a brilliant light erupted from the chasm, forcing me to shield my eyes. The sound of grinding rock filled the air. As my vision cleared, I saw that a structure had emerged from the abyss, a tower of ancient stone covered in cryptic symbols that glowed with the same eerie luminescence as the orbs. It felt older than time, its presence a testament to the unknown forces at work in the forest. The appearance of the tower marked a new phase in this haunting mystery. It was clear now that the forest concealed an ancient power that transcended human understanding. This wasn't just about the orbs or the car anymore. This was a gateway to a reality that stretched the boundaries of what I thought possible. Shaken but resolute, I decided to venture into the tower. Perhaps the answers lay within its ancient stones. I felt a chill of apprehension as I approached the monument. The air grew denser, charged with a magnetic energy that seemed to pull me closer. As I set foot inside the tower, the stone door behind me closed with a resonant thud, leaving me enclosed in an eerily lit chamber. I was now truly a part of the forest's enigma, immersed in its chilling, haunting mystery. As a park ranger, it was my duty to uncover the truth. Descending the spiraling stone staircase, the air grew colder and denser. The walls of the monument vibrated faintly with the same energy that I had felt from the car. The stone steps beneath my feet echoed with ancient secrets. The air tasted of time long forgotten. As I reached the lower chambers, I saw strange symbols etched into the walls, glowing with the same spectral light as the orbs. Their intricate designs were clearly not of human origin. They pulsed rhythmically, a silent heartbeat echoing through the cavernous space. In the center of the chamber there was a pedestal, and upon it sat an artifact that looked like a map. It was crafted from the same glowing stone as the monument, the surface covered in the same cryptic symbols that were etched onto the walls. But unlike the symbols, which felt foreign and alien, the map was oddly familiar. It depicted the forest, the chasm, and the various locations where the car had appeared. There were also markings I didn't recognize, seemingly indicating locations yet to be discovered. Could this map provide answers to the mysterious happenings in the forest? Was this the key to understanding the connections between the orbs, the car, and the chasm? In the far corner of the chamber, there was a depiction of the orbs, arrayed in the same pattern I had seen when they led me to the car and the chasm. Beneath it, there was an image of the car itself, the detail extremely precise. Suddenly, it all started to make sense. The orbs were not just sources of terror, but guides. They had led me here, to this ancient map, to help me understand the forest's secrets. The car was not just a phantom vehicle, but a key piece of a larger cosmic puzzle. My hands trembling, I reached out to touch the map, feeling the cold, humming energy beneath my fingertips. As I traced the glowing symbols, a sense of understanding washed over me. It wasn't complete, far from it, but it was a start. The forest held secrets far deeper and far older than I had ever imagined. This monument, this map was my guide. It was terrifying, overwhelming, but also awe-inspiring. As a park ranger, I had always sought to protect the forest, and now it seemed the forest was revealing its secrets to me, entrusting me with a mission beyond my wildest imaginations.
Want to hear how this story ends? Leave us a comment and let us know. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you soon.